Alright everybody, how we doing today? Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys are all having a blessed week so far. I hope you tuned into the last collective that I did yesterday. A little villain read. It was pretty fun. I want to thank you guys for anybody that did like and share that. That's quite awesome. You guys all know that we are aspiring to be content creators, so we do enjoy that stuff. So, today, the Angels and Ancestors deck for some reason was kind of the one that was a little bit heavier today. Water garden, tongue tied. The water guardian's been at the bottom the whole time. She's always around because I'm water, if you guys know me. So let's go ahead and see what the ancestors have for us today inside of this deck. Peacekeeper. These ones deliver a pretty good message, so we might start doing some channeling messages too, just to see what I pull. No, I didn't want that many. I told you that. I just need one, not 5. Okay. This is a pretty nice little message we got going here for you guys. So as I look at these, I really love these cards because they're definitely a picture is worth 1,000 words type scenario, right? Because you have her standing there with the buffalo, and then with the peace pipe, with the feather, you know, the peacekeeper, right? So what this means is that sometimes inside the collective right now, probably got to look at a couple of things and realize that sometimes it's better to try and keep the peace to a certain extent, right? If you can keep the peace and it keeps you at peace at the same time. That's why it says the harmonization and resolution if possible, right? So if it's possible to maintain that peace without it compromising your surroundings, right? So that's why we hit the arrow for the second card, because the arrow says surround yourself with peace, with protective energies, right? So if you're trying to keep peace with somebody or keep peace with something whenever possible, you got to make sure that it's also in protection of your guiding arrow and your guiding light, your guiding mission of what you want to do. It is keeping the peace inside of this, helping protect your inner peace inside of that. Okay? Because then after that, you guys run into the Shai'El master. Okay, which means to move gracefully in the moment and in action, right? So this to me would symbolize almost like your King of Cups, to remember to move gracefully, remove the emotion away from your decisions, because Shaolin monks, if you guys know them, they don't work with emotion. They work on fact, they work on feeling, they work on the greater and higher beings of everything that's out there. Right? So what that's telling you is that as you're doing this and protecting it, move with grace and peace inside of your actions. Understand that being a little bit more humble, maybe being like that cricket, that quiet little cricket that nobody sees coming. It's kind of what a Shaolin monk is. Kind of like a bobcat. That person you don't see coming. Underestimated. You just look at him like, he's not really what you think he is. But we really are. We're balanced. We're balancing that orb. We've embracing the dragon. We're embracing the power of everything. We got the animals in balance with us. That's why the cricket's there, because he's balanced with the animals. Okay, so as you guys are doing this, and also got to remember, you guys, that everything we do talk about, it's all comes from inside of you, because that was your anchor card right there. Was the medicine mother. Okay, and that's honor your inner self and your inner knowledge. So like I say in a lot of my things, everything that we work on, it's all inside of us. All the healing, everything's inside of us. We can't find healing through other people. We can tell our story as many times as we want to other people. We can tell it, we can tell it, we can tell it. But every time you tell that story, you put yourself back into that habitual habit. You put yourself back into that mindset. So rather than coming back in with the story, come back in with a new story or a better story. Because once you've embraced all your work, you can work on that stuff. Because then you can embrace the different creatures, the different paths, the different things that are going on inside of your lives. Embrace the fact of being embraced by the animals, embraced by the love. That's what an animal guardian is, okay? She's embracing the love of the animals in nature. She's staying grounded with everything she does, like I was talking about. When you understand that inner peace is inside of you and you let go of all that other stuff, and you start surrounding yourself with peaceful and protective energy that gets along with you, you no longer have to become a peacekeeper inside of everything, because the peace will just be there without you even having to try. You can kind of move through life like a Shaolin monk, where you just kind of get to float through life and kind of just flow with the energy and flow with the movements of everything. So just remember, you got to sit down, do the work. That's what the sage tells you to do. Be devoted and committed to the work and everything that you're doing. And understand, it's all she's telling you. Winter is here. Take care of your needs. So take care of yourself, take care of your peace. Reflects back to here. Mindful of the groups that you're hanging out with. Sometimes it pays to be a lone wolf and take care of your own needs. Because remember, you come first. Your peace, your sanity, your everything comes first. So, yeah. Watch your moon phases. Remember, dove down into your work. Fight hard for it. Time to shake the old, get to the new. Shed that skin. Understand when you look into the stars, it's giving you messages. Alright guys, I think that's about it. Other than that, stay safe, stay calm, be peaceful where you need to be. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the shares. If you do enjoy what I'm doing, do go ahead and engage from the bottom up. And if you are so inclined, tune on over to thebobcatbenway.com. Check out my book. You can order it directly from off the website right there. I appreciate your guys' love and support. Like I said, thebobcatbenway.com. Have a great day. Enjoy everything.